This is More to Say with Randy Naughton. Interesting conversations with interesting people.
Welcome into another edition of More to Say with Randy Naughton. Interesting conversations with interesting people. And I don't know about you, but I'm really intrigued about our next guest. But first, I have to thank our sponsors of our podcast. First of all, Lemp Mansion in St. Louis, one of the most haunted places in all of North America. Team Jakey, who is working very hard for suicide prevention and to end the stigma of mental illness. STL Medical Weight Loss, Dr. Joe Molesky has changed so many lives, and he's going to tell you how you can do that. And of course, mostly superheroes with my podcast partner and producer, Logan Janis. Today, we're talking magic. And one of the newest magicians, illusionists to come up in St. Louis is Amanda Lindsey. And Amanda joins us today. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Not bad. How are you doing today?
I love it. I love your origin story. There are so many tentacles to this, and I cannot wait to get into it. First and foremost, I have to ask you, you are a magician, but I just got finished binge watching Arrested Development with Joe Bluth, who is the magician of the family, but he says, don't call me a magician and don't call him scripts or tricks because he's an illusionist and they're illusions. Do you care about that moniker?
I'm okay with being called a magician. I very much feel like I do magic tricks. I don't have the big stage productions or I don't make any boats explode like he does on the show. So
you watch. Okay, good.
Yeah. I like to play it safe.
So some cool things are happening to you. First of all, let's talk about you're a magician. You're a female. This is, I think, based on what I know of it, is basically a male-dominated world. I was in that world before as being a sports journalist myself. So how does that work for you? Are there more and more upcoming females in this business?
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you asked that. There are lots of great females coming up in this business. There actually was a convention, I believe it was called Mystic Festival out in Vegas. And it was basically to promote up and coming female magicians. But you have people like Paige Thompson up in the Chicago Magic Lounge. You have Kayla Drescher. You have Tori Noquez, who's on the West Coast. I mean, it's just unbelievable. You have Alex Hilsche, and I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong, Alex. But you have lots and lots of great female magicians that are up and coming, and they are just exploding too with social media. It's so impressive what they're doing.
Speaking of social, well, we'll get to the social media thing in a bit, but you recently appeared with the Mac Daddies of Illusions and Magic, Penn and Teller, on their show on the CW called Fool Us. Now that episode already aired, correct?
Yes.
It did. As of this recording and release, it aired. So it's basically the American Idol of magic. You applied once to be on and you were rejected, but you said, what the heck, I'm going to do it again, right? Why did you decide after a rejection to go for it again? Did you do something different that caught their eye?
So it's a little bit of a funny story. So I wasn't planning on auditioning for season 11, and then I was up in New York. And I met Scary Spice from the Spice Girls. And and I know this is just such a random story, but
I love this story.
And it's just all about the positive ripple effect. So she complimented me and she complimented my accent. And, and it's coming from the person who I think has like the most beautiful tone, one of the most beautiful voices in the world. So I just felt good about myself. And even, a day later, I come back and I have shows that night. I just feel good. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to film some stuff at Love Woo Bar tonight. I'm going to submit it. I'm very close to the deadline, like hours away. And who knows what will happen. If I get it, great. If not, I feel really good about myself. And I know that I would have tried. And then the next day, the producers had emailed me back saying like, hey, we want you on Monday for a meeting. Let's do another audition. It's like, oh, but then I love saying that story because it's about your positive words can have such a good impact and you never know what might happen because you just said something nice.
And isn't it funny because true confessions, my daughter is of the age where the Spice Girls in the 90s, man, they were the thing. And we went to their concert and it was fabulous. One of the best concerts I've ever been to. It was so much fun. And Spice Girls are all about female empowerment. And isn't it amazing that this has become kind of a full circle moment for female empowerment as her encouraging words? You know, she could have said anything to you that day. And she said something that literally changed your trajectory on what you're doing. Have you reached out to her again to let her know, hey, Scary Spice, Mel B, um, your words helped me do what I'm doing today?
I should reach out to her.
Yes,
No,
you should.
that's a good idea. I think I tagged her on a social media story, but that was it. But I'm like, she's got so much other stuff going on. But you know what? I should let her know that, hey, because at this moment, like it's impacted me. And I should say thank you. Thank
You
you.
absolutely should. And you know what? You say, oh, she's busy. You know what? The folks at Penn and Teller are busy too, but they called you. So I want you to reach out to Mel B's Scary Spice, and I want you to let us all know on your social media pages how that turned out. Because you know what? Ask your fans to contact her. Her words sent you doing what you're doing today, which is awesome. I think it's awesome.
And too, thinking back about the 90s, and women empowerment and girl power, like, oh, I love that. Uh, I never knew because I had her as a role model. I had the Spice Girls as a role model. I never knew that as a girl, I couldn't do these things. So I feel, or certain things, how do I phrase that? I never once thought you're female, you can't do this.
Right.
I always had strong female role models that said, you can do anything you put your mind to. So back in the 90s, I felt like I could do anything. And now today, I still feel like I can do anything. It's so awesome. As soon as I reach out to her, I'll send you a message and let you
I
know.
want to know. I want to know how it goes. Call her people. They want to know that her words encouraged you. Now, I know the Penn and Teller Fool Us show has already aired. True Confessions, I didn't have time to look it up and see it. So, can you tell us what happened?
Yes. Now since it's aired, I feel so much easier. Like the weight is off my chest because I did not want to get sued or fined or anything. Yeah, so the episode aired on March 7th. I presented a double prediction trick. And basically at the end, they figured it out. But I talked to Teller afterwards, and though I didn't get the trophy, though I would have liked it. He said something like, oh, I have the exact quote written down, but he said, you're a flavor that we've never had on the show
Oh,
before.
nice, nice.
So once
Well,
again,
coming more words of encouragement,
yeah,
right? I find it really interesting that you come from a psychology background and you come from what is your other major that you took? Your master's in counseling.
counseling, yes.
And that's your other job.
Yeah, clinician by day, magician by night.
I love it. So how does psychology play into what you do with your magic?
Yeah, I feel like they're both similar to each other. So when I have a kiddo come down to my office, because I work for a nonprofit, I go to certain buildings and I work with kiddos K through 8 mostly. And the goal for me is to make sure that I have a safe space for the kiddos and that they feel comfortable. And usually they feel empowered because, I have Pancakes over here, who I joke is my
I
emotional
love him.
support bunny. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a hug from Pancakes just makes them feel good. It makes them feel empowered. And the same thing with magic. Like my goal is to not embarrass anybody. You have somebody being invited up on stage. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel like they're the star and that they're empowered. And no matter what they do, they're not going to look silly. So like kind of like in the office, no matter what you say, it's not going to be ridiculous. Like just let me know. So
That's awesome. And clinician by day, magician by night. I love that. Let's talk about some of your gigs where you deal specifically at times with children with developmental disabilities, special needs. Because of your vocation in psychology, do you feel like you're better able to connect with them when it comes to magic? How does that work?
yeah, I one of my previous jobs, was in a building just with kiddos with special abilities. And basically what we had set up, and I love working with the teachers there and the staff, everybody there, because they taught me how to adapt my magic for all of the kiddos. Um, so we would come up with ways where like the kiddos could participate with a magic trick. Let's say they're nonverbal, or if they have problems with their hands or mobility issues. And then also too, we have kiddos who love magic, but let's say they have some goals and they're struggling getting to those goals. Well, let's create a little sticker chart or a system, and every time they make progress and they earn that magic trick, they get that reward, and it just makes them feel really good. So not only did they accomplish it, they met their goal, but bam, you get a card trick.
Hi, everyone. It's Randy Naughton from the More to Say podcast with another sponsor shout out. When is the last time you've been to the Lemp Mansion in St. Louis? Did you know it is one of the most haunted places in all of North America with an incredible history? It's a beautiful building, first of all, and they've got so many events. When's the last time you've been there? They've got boozy bingo, holiday brunches, events like weddings and parties, a scavenger hunt, overnight stays, if you dare, Spirit with the Spirit tours, and their legendary all-you-can-eat family-style fried chicken dinners on Sundays. It's amazing. So listen, check it out on their website at lempmansion.com. We thank them for supporting our More to Say podcast, and I'll see you at the Lemp.
Hi, Dr. Joe Molessi with STL Medical Weight Loss, alongside Randy Naughton. Have you ever heard of those weight loss shots?
I decided to tackle my health issues by taking this journey myself. Join with me. Visit stlmedweightloss.com or call. Change your life in less than 90 days.
Hi, everyone. It's Randy Naughton from the More to Say podcast. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast over the tons of episodes we've done so far. Somebody I want to shout out specifically to is an organization called Team Jakey. They are one of the sponsors of the More to Say podcast, and I couldn't be more grateful to be partnering with them. What is Team Jakey? Well, this family, the Zeller family, knows all too well what it's like to lose somebody to suicide. So that happened to them. Their beloved Jake took his own life. And what they want to do, they've set out on a quest to end the stigma of mental illness. So Team Jakey puts together all these amazing community events year round to help raise the awareness and prevent suicide and end the stigma of mental illness. So we would love it if you followed them on Facebook, Team Jakey and the Stigma. And of course, thank you for supporting the More to Say podcast as well. Team Jakey is one of our partners, and we are so happy to have them on board. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the podcast.
Hey, it's Logan from Mostly Superheroes, the podcast, here with a very special announcement. July, we got two big events happening at the Alamo. Movie screenings with our Mostly Superheroes Screen and Social. See Superman with us in the Big Show July 12th, and see Fantastic Four First Steps with us in the Big Show July 26th. Really great time to be a fan of this podcast, who really got its start on movies like these. And a lot of movies have happened in between when we started this show. And these two are some of the most hyped movies that us crew have been pumped about on both sides of the fandoms, DC and Marvel. So really fun time. Learn more about that at mostlysuperheroes.com/events. That's mostlysuperheroes.com/events.
I would venture to guess that you are probably the smartest magician out there. Would you say that with your background?
Oh, no. Dr. Tori Nokes out on the West Coast definitely has a PhD in math and can bam, any numbers.
That's where you lose me. Me and numbers do not get along. I want to ask you about social media, because I know that you just started coming up and you're starting to get stories written about you and people buzzing about you online, and, female magicians and a St. Louisan coming up and doing this and being on national TV a number of times, actually. But I've noticed something on social media that you're starting to do. This thing. What is this little dance you're doing? What is that?
Okay, so that's something that me and there's another person too in the video. I hope they're okay if I say their name on the podcast, but Violet. So we do a little shimmy. It's just like a little happy, positive dance. Yeah.
Yeah.
It started off whenever we got good food. We'd be like, oh my gosh, is this is this
the happy
pizza?
dance?
And we started doing happy dances. And so I have all this behind the scenes footage out in Vegas, because I was doing the happy dance a lot and everywhere whenever I wasn't preparing for the show. And but because I couldn't leak that I was in Vegas, I didn't want to tell anybody, me sign the ad. Yeah. I have all these videos now coming up with just the happy dance, just positive vibes. It's so
that's your trademark now. That's got to be your trademark, the happy dance, right?
I had no idea.
Okay, your assignment, contact Mel B, tell her how inspirational she was, and make that your trademark, the happy dance in all of your videos. There you go. I'll be your marketing manager. It's all cool. Now, is that your ultimate goal? Maybe is to have a residency in Vegas?
No. When I was little, and if you were to have asked me that, I would have been like, yeah, I'm going to work with David Copperfield or Lance Burton. But I love St. Louis so much. My family is here. My friends are here. I have a dog here, the rescue that I've got her from. Like, I'm friends with everybody. I'm just so connected, and I just love the city so much. I mean, I wouldn't say no to like a weekend or a couple of
Right.
performances out there, but I definitely love being here in St. Louis.
Well, maybe Mel B can drag you out on tour and you could be the opening act. Okay, see, I'm always thinking, I'm an idea guy. I'm always thinking here, you got the Mel B, you got the shimmy, and then you got her, you as her opening act. So there you go. 3 things on your assignment. Let's talk about, speaking of gigs, you ended up getting a pretty permanent gig here in St. Louis. Now, people can hire you to come to their gatherings and parties and things like that, but Magic Mini Golf in the Delmar Loop has kind of acquired you and your skills to kind of wow the people out there. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it started actually when I was going out to Vegas last summer. Um, Becca had reached out to me and asked, like, would I be interested in checking out Magic Mini Golf? And I was so stressed out because I thought I'm going to lose this cool opportunity because I'm going to be gone for about 2 to 3 weeks out on the West Coast in Vegas and all this stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then I came back and I contacted them like, hey, are you guys still interested in me? And I can't tell them that I was out there performing for Penn and Teller. So I was just like, took a little trip and they were just so receptive and they were receptive to my ideas. I can't imagine like I really feel like I hit the jackpot here. Because if you walk into Magic Mini Golf, you see it truly is magical. Like I can't think of any other place in St. Louis that is, you walk in and you see banners and old posters of, magicians from the past and memorabilia, like even Siegfried and Roy memorabilia. And Justin Willman, there's a little nook with Justin Willman stuff. So I mean, it's just incredible. Uh, and I'm just so excited that they reached out and that they didn't lose interest in me while while I left. So like I really do. I'm so lucky.
Well, once I figured that the cat was out of the bag with the Penn and Teller stuff, they said, oh, yeah, we got her and you don't. So hooray for them and hooray for you. When can we see you there at Magic Mini Golf? How often? When can we see you there?
Oh yeah. Well, right now we're at every first Sunday of the month, and we're in talks of expanding it. And if I'm not there that Sunday and you're having a show, you can feel free to request me through Kiana, the general manager, and maybe book me for that, or just let them know like, hey, we would like to see a magician. But yeah, every first Sunday for sure. That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're talking to a magician. I keep on wanting to say musician, but it's magician. And you are able to prepare a couple of illusion slash tricks for us right now. See if you can fool me. How's that? So what do
Ooh.
you have?
All right. So let me grab off to the side. I have a little glass. I have a puppy dog, so I have to put stuff in
I get it.
containers, so or otherwise they go missing. Let me just do a quick little count, make sure that I have all 6 cards. Perfect. Okay, so here I have 3 black cards and 3 red cards,
Hmm.
and they're red and blue on the back. And I'll go really slow because excuse me, I get accused of doing sleight of hand. But if I give the cards a little shake, just like that, they mix up. We
You
have
sure did.
black, red, black, red, black, red. And not just on the fronts, but also
Right. Okay, they're mixed, definitely mixed. Gotcha.
there's no way I could do that again, right?
No, I only said that because I knew that's what you wanted me to say.
Thank you. If we give it another shake, 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 shake,
I'm watching closely.
and shake, 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 shake. Nothing in this hand. Nothing in this hand. And I'm
Magic
going
Amanda, how did you do that?
magic.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty amazing. Is there another one?
I have another one. Would you like to?
Heck yes, we're not here to not see tricks. Let's go.
So this is pancakes.
Right.
Pancakes has a little prediction back here. So, whoop, here, let me scooch a little bit over. Sorry about that. So pancakes has made a single prediction, but you're over there and I'm over here, so we'll try
Right.
our best to communicate this. But as you can see, I have a whole bunch of different playing cards here,
Uh-huh.
and all I need you to do is just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. You landed on
Okay.
this card, the 6 of clubs.
Okay.
Now, once
Are
again,
you allowed to see that?
oh, yes.
No, I saw it, but are you allowed to see it?
I'm allowed. Yeah, I'm allowed to
Okay.
see it.
Okay. 6 of
Also,
clubs.
that's a good point. I forgot with Zoom, I
Right.
could
I'm
see
like,
that.
wait a minute. Okay.
Oh,
6 of clubs.
so 6 of clubs. And like I said, you could have picked any of these cards.
No
One
way.
card has been
No,
back here this entire time,
it has been.
and it is the 6 of clubs.
I'm dumbfounded. Wow. That's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Did you perform that with Penn and Teller, or what trick did you perform that you said that they figured out?
So I call the trick, the version that I did, I call it ghosted. So it really has nothing to do with the actual version of the trick. It's basically a double prediction where I could predict their card, and then I could predict the number based on some cards that they picked. So it's like a sum trick. So
Yeah,
yeah, okay, you got
I
it.
do. Math is involved.
Math is involved. Yes.
No, me and numbers. No. So that is awesome.
Oh no,
So
I definitely practice my math skills before going on with flashcards because you never know. Like,
so we're sitting here in the middle of the day. Are you supposed to be in class right now?
spring break. Woo!
Oh, there you go. We worked it out. Excellent. Spring break. So, anything else you want to let anybody know if we do want to get a hold of you, say for a block party or a senior home or a community gathering or something like that? How can we get a hold of you directly to book you?
Yeah, you can reach out to my website. It's magicamanda.com. And if not that, you can reach out to me through social media on Instagram or Facebook. It's at Magic Amanda 87 because somebody else took Magic Amanda already. So
Oh, just look for the shimmying, right?
Yeah,
Just look for
look for
that,
the
the happy dance.
yeah. I honestly, I really hope people come out to see Magic at Magic Mini Golf and book some birthday parties and see some of the stage stuff that I've been working on. Everything's been kind of like top secret since Fool Us, and I'm just ready to share magic with everybody.
Is it an evolution? Are you always trying to think of new tricks and new illusions, or is there, as far as magicians know, is there a set of rules that you follow, but you apply them to different scenarios? Is that how it goes? How you kind of craft it into the wow factor?
Yeah, I feel like it's right because it's art. A magic trick like doing this prediction, you can do it another way, right? So there's a skill set involved and there's a foundation. For me, the way I've written my newer shows or the newest show since being on Penn Teller Fool Us, I thought, what if Penn Teller walked in right now and saw me performing? And I was just like, ooh, I really need to step up my game. And like that just encouraged me to do better. And I also too have a little secret formula that I give credit to. This is so random. Random. I'm so sorry. To
It's all right.
so I always appreciated how soap operas would take you on a journey and then 360 back and twists and turns and then always somehow go back to the beginning. So that's something how I wrote my show is based on the soap opera formula.
That is really interesting. I would have never pulled that rabbit out of my hat. Oh my gosh. No way. That's really interesting stuff. Well, Magic Amanda, we appreciate you joining us. We'll make sure that we let everybody know about your website, magicamanda.com. Bless you. Bless you.
Sorry, allergies.
Magicamanda.com. And we'll come out and see you at in the Delmar Loop as well. It looks like a lot of fun. And we wish you nothing but the best. And we'll be waiting for that update from Mel B. Bless you. Allergies in St. Louis. And we'll be
I hope that's not my trademark.
No, but you know what? We're all human, right?
Right.
Mel B update, Shimmy trademark, opening for Mel B. We're waiting for all of the updates. So let me know how that goes for you, okay?
Oh, well, do all good things. Thank you for that, for putting it out there and for me to follow. Thank you so much.
Yeah, do that. I'm just dying. I'm all about follow up. So have a great day. Go get yourself some Allegra, man. Have a great day.
Of course, it figures. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I love this. That's the best ending we ever had. Our thanks to all of our sponsors today. Team Jakey, hoping to end the stigma of mental illness. STL Medical Weight Loss, Dr. Joe and Associates. Mostly Superheroes with my podcast partner, Logan Janis. Thank you all for joining us. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on social media, all of my platforms, and get this woman a tissue. Until next time.
This has been More to Say with Randy Naughton. Interesting conversations with interesting people. Be sure to like or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.